Has anyone been following my Twitter? If not, follow my fucking Twitter. Thank you. But anyways, I tweeted out something like, do you guys ever feel bad that when you cry because you feel like, or you know that there are other people out there in the world that are probably going through way worse shit. So do you ever feel bad for crying? I feel like it's okay to cry, but sometimes I feel like, oh, I know, I guess there's a part of me that's always bracing myself for like comments that are like, oh, boo-hoo, like, get over it, sis, type of thing. I know when I cry, I just let out. It comes and goes sometimes, it comes and goes. But anyways, so recently you guys might have like noticed that I've been talking a lot about like gender stuff, and you guys have known that or some of you guys might know that I've been questioning or at least thinking more about my identity. And some of you guys know that I do say like down below in my description or whatever, I say stuff like, oh, I'm trans feminine, so I'm like a little bit boy but mostly girl. At least that's how I find it. But there was a friend that asked me like, why do you feel boy? Like, why do you hold on to that boy? And I told her because I'm biologically a boy, I don't know. But I knew that was a bullshit answer. But I also didn't know. I really don't know why I held on to that boy. I really don't. But I just said like, oh, I'm biologically boy, so I guess I hold on to boy. But that's a bullshit answer because then it's like, you know, all the trans women that are biologically boy, they're all doomed, right? So I knew that was a very bullshit answer, but I didn't know how to answer it. But I've always thought about it in the back of my mind, like, why do I hold on to a boy? Sometimes people call me a boy, like in my chat and all, I don't get upset. But certain people, like close friends, when they call me a boy, or when I say, do you like calling me a boy over calling a girl? And they say something like, oh, no offense, but you're not a female. It hurts. But I don't know why. Well, I guess now I know why. But I sort of think it's like shitty that I feel bad. Because it's like, it's never, I don't know, like when I think about it, like getting hurt over that, it's sort of like fuck me, like, and I'm getting upset over being misgendered, like that's so stupid. But I was watching Lily Pishu's, so she had a bit of a session with the therapist guy. I forgot his name, but if you guys saw, um, what she was talking about was like hate and stuff like that.
Can we talk about hate for a second?
Sure.
Yeah, I got a lot of hate through the years. A lot. I think it's gotten better dealing with it, but there's still some days where I read like one thing and it's like a spiral. And that's also, I think, why I fear giving myself value, because sometimes I'm scared if I see myself in a better light or like a valuable light, that just means like it gives them more ammo, I guess. Does that make sense?
How does it give them more ammo?
I've been told that. How do I explain this? If they can't shit on me, if I shit on me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, you can't insult me if I insult myself.
Yeah. So you were saying that if you don't build yourself up, they can't tear you down.
Yes.
But eventually it came to a point where she didn't want to bring herself up. Like she didn't want to see herself as successful or anything. So that way people can't tear her down, because if she shits on herself, other people can't shit on her. And then it suddenly like dawned on me, like the reason why I like hold on to my boy is because people, like, there's always that side of me, like even if I wanted to be a girl, I know that there are people that won't see me as a girl, right? Obviously I'm in a community, like LGBT community and space, that will accept me for who I am, but I know outside of that there are people that are just going to see me as a boy. And I think I related to Lily in a way, like if I call myself a boy, then I can't be hurt if someone else calls me a boy. But I don't feel that way, really. So, but it's also scary because I know that all those like hormones and surgery, it's a big step, you know? So, I think, I don't really know if that's like the actual truth. Like, if that's like the real reason why I hold on to like the boy, but it makes sense now that I've thought about it. Like, I only hold on to boys so I don't get hurt. And now I don't really care if I like some stupid incel or like e-boys in like my YouTube comments like say like, oh, you're not a boy, you're not a girl, you're just a boy, blah 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 blah, stop acting like a girl. I don't really care about like those trolls. But when it comes to people that are much closer to me, it hurts. It's not like they're bad people. It's not like they're transphobic or anything. And I'm sure they would like, if I told them that I want to be called a girl, they would. But it's in a way like, I guess, embarrassing, or it's scary because there's always the possibility that they don't want to. So this is what my tweet was about. Like, I feel almost stupid or like silly to be crying about this because there's people out there that are going through way worse shit, like, you know, the fires or whatever. So like me crying about this almost seems like so silly. But I don't know. And it is my fault, of course, because I did try to tell myself like, oh, I don't care if I'm called a boy and stuff. But I think, yeah, when I think about it, I only ever said that because if I called myself a boy, then I could never really be misgendered, or like, I could never be hurt from it, you know? I don't know. And then I think about what's the next step then? Like, oh, do you want to be called a girl? Do you want to be transgender and all? I mean, deep down, I guess, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like because I'm not on hormones, I'm not on surgery, there are going to be people that won't see me as it. I don't want people to call me a girl or whatever because out of kindness, though it does help, I would want them to do it because they see me as a girl. But I guess there's always like that sort of like, what if I'm just never enough? I'm enough for the people that actually support me and all, but obviously outside of that space, there are gonna be people that won't see me as a woman. That's, I don't know. That's all. That's all I wanted to say. I guess not, they don't matter. I guess they don't. I know the reality is like getting everyone on board and everyone thinking that is impossible. And I guess it wouldn't matter unless it had an effect on like my life in a practical sense, right? I think me living in Australia and Melbourne especially, it's very accepting. Like, you know, I was on my Accutane and the lady was like, the dermatologist. She was like, "Do you want to be called a boy or a girl?" And in the moment, I was like, "Nah, I don't mind either." But then she was like, "I'll call you a girl, and we'll give you like all these tests. We'll give you like a pregnancy test and all like that." Which is like, okay, that's cool. That's cool that you're seeing as a woman. And so I know like that's like the practical sense of it. Like being a woman in the real world, I guess, is what I would like. And even if a boy, even if like some incel on Twitter or on YouTube calls me a boy, like it really doesn't matter, right? It doesn't have an effect on my life. So I can ignore them. But I think it's the closer people that I'm scared of. Because, 90% of my friends are like LGBT, but that 10%, of course those 10%, I know they're lovely people and stuff like that. But I wouldn't want them to just call me a girl because I wanted them. I would like them to call me because they see me as one. I haven't spoken to that person, that friend that said that I'm like, they don't see me as a female, they just see me as a gay boy. I haven't spoken to them about it, but it's just scary. Like, it's embarrassing in a way because they obviously have a perspective or their view, and if you tell them about it, it almost comes off as crazy or delusional. I mean, maybe I'm just thinking about it too much and I should really just like have a chat with them, but it's still scary to come up to them about it. You should talk about Sky about it since she's gone through something similar. I think I will. I feel like she probably would be the best person to talk to about this. I think for now, it's still safe to... Well, I don't know. What should I identify as? Like... I don't really know. It's almost like scary, I guess. Because people wouldn't be accepting. You guys are so sweet, thank you. Oh, my makeup's running off. Fuck. I think I'll do that, Tim. I'll do it now. I guess they would be... I'm happy with they. I can dig with they, right? Pronouns with they. I can dig with that. And no matter what happens, you have many friends to catch you, build you up, and root you always for you always. Thank you. Why do you feel? I don't know, I think I'm just scared. Like, I really think it's just like, if I call myself they, then I can't be misgendered in a way, or like, you know, like how Lily Peachy feels like, if I shit on myself, they can't shit on me. I don't know, maybe it should just be she. I'm crying so much that my mouse lashes are coming off. Maybe I should just take off my lashes. They ain't staying. They ain't staying. I'll do mascara when my tears dry out. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. I'm reading everything you guys are saying. Thank you. Do you guys want to see some leak now? I've been thinking, also if you've seen my other tweet, I did a poll on like who do you guys stand more, Irelia, Camille, Kel, or Ribbon, and most of you guys chose Irelia and Camille, so maybe she's gonna be an Irelia maid, Camille maid. People have spoken, it's Irelia and Camille.